Let me tell you about the morning that changed everything for me. I woke up, grabbed my phone like I always do, and started scrolling through Instagram. There was Sarah from high school posting photos from her trip to Dubai. My college friend Mike showing off his brand new BMW. Everyone seemed to be living these amazing lives, expensive restaurants, designer clothes, perfect smiles. Then I looked around my tiny apartment. Bills were piled up on my kitchen table. My bank account was almost empty, even though I had just gotten paid 3 days ago. I was already running late for my job that barely covered my rent, and I remember thinking, what am I doing wrong? Here's what made it even more confusing. Everywhere I looked, I saw success stories. The news kept talking about how the economy was booming. Stock markets were hitting record highs every month. Real estate prices were going through the roof. There were more millionaires than ever before in history. So why did I feel like I was drowning while everyone else was swimming? That's when I started digging deeper, and what I discovered completely changed how I see the world. The truth is, there are actually 2 different games being played. Most of us are playing Game A, where we trade our time for money. We work harder, hoping to earn more, but we're always stressed about bills and never seem to get ahead. Meanwhile, there's Game B, where people use money to make more money. They own assets that grow in value. They create systems that work even when they're sleeping. They understand something that Game A players don't. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as it was designed. But here's the part that really opened my eyes. Game A. Players aren't just trying to win their own game. They're actually powering Game B. Every dollar we spend on rent makes our landlords richer. Every purchase we make with credit cards makes banks richer. We're not just playing a different game. We're helping the other team win. I realized that everything around me was designed to keep me in Game A. Social media showed me what I was missing, making me want things I couldn't afford. Advertisements promised that buying their products would make me happy, but the happiness never lasted. I would buy something new, feel good for a week, then start wanting something else. This wasn't happening by accident. Companies spend billions studying human psychology to figure out exactly how to make us want more. They know that if we're always wanting something, we'll keep working jobs we don't love to buy things we don't really need. But then I asked myself a simple question. What if I stopped playing their game? What if instead of spending all my free time consuming content, I use that time to learn new skills? What if instead of buying things to feel better, I invested in myself? What if instead of having just one source of income, I created multiple streams? That's when everything started to change. I began treating my attention like the valuable resource it actually is. Instead of scrolling through social media for hours, I started reading books about business and psychology. Instead of watching Netflix every night, I began learning skills that could help me earn money online. The most important thing I learned was this. Real wealth isn't just about having money in the bank. Real wealth is having control over your time. It's being able to choose how you spend your days. It's not being stressed about paying bills. It's having the freedom to pursue what actually matters to you. I started small. I created a side project while keeping my regular job. I began sharing what I was learning online. I connected with other people who were asking the same questions I was asking. Slowly, I began building something that belonged to me, not to someone else. And here's what I want you to understand. The system wants you to believe that if you're struggling, it's because you're not trying hard enough. It wants you to think you're lazy, or that you're just not smart enough to succeed. But what if that's not true? What if the problem isn't you? What if you've just been playing the wrong game this whole time? The good news is that you can switch games anytime you want. You don't need permission. You don't need to quit your job tomorrow. You just need to start thinking differently about how money and wealth actually work. You can start by protecting your most valuable asset, your attention. Stop letting other people decide what you think about all day. Start learning skills that can create value for others. Begin building something, even if it's small. Most importantly, find other people who are playing the same game you want to play. Because the truth is, Game B players don't succeed alone. They build networks, share knowledge, and help each other grow. So here's my question for you. Which game do you want to play? If you're ready to start playing Game B, subscribe to this channel. Because awareness is just the first step. The real change happens when you start taking action. And if you've watched this entire video, you're already different from most people. You're already asking the right questions. You're already waking up. Now it's time to do something about it.